Many of you might recognize the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. However, many of you might not recognize her husband, Marty, her not-so-secret weapon to achieving the highest echelon of the legal field. She referred to him as being lucky to have shared her life with a man that in the 50s saw the importance of a woman's work to be as important as a man's. He was well known to be the main cook of the Ginsburg household and to be the biggest advocate and cheerleader of her career. Their story is very important to my research, where I focus, having grown up with a stay-home dad, in non-traditional family structures, work-family balance, and gender equality. Specifically, I study the impact of spouses on women's career outcomes. Surprisingly, in my field of organizational behavior, we don't know that much about this topic because we have focused on the relation between the individual and work. There are qualitative studies that have found that highly successful women have achieved that thanks to having supportive spouses who are not only beneficial, but instrumental to their career advancement. But I wanted to understand, what is this supportive husband, and how and when is support actually beneficial? I study the mechanism of the invisible family load, which is the managerial, cognitive, and emotional labor associated with the proper functioning of one's household and family. A recent review of this construct is very aptly named, "Who is Remembering to Buy the Eggs?" In my exploratory study with over 200 married men and women, I find that there's no effect of having higher invisible family load for men. But the story for women is very different. Having higher invisible family load is associated with lower well-being, lower work engagement, and job satisfaction, all of which are associated with career outcomes. I also want to see, what can spouses do to reduce the invisible family load of their wives? And surprisingly, I found that putting more hours in household chores and family caregiving did not have an effect. But what did have an effect was the wives believing their spouses to be competent at those family tasks, which makes sense. If you leave for a week-long trip for work and you're worried at all times that the house is gonna burn down and there's not gonna be a house, when you come back, you're not gonna be calm. A way to summarize my findings in ways of advice: for women who are career-oriented and want to have a family, find your Marty Ginsburg, someone who's not only gonna put the apron on, but cook for the kids and take care of them. And for men who honestly care about their wife's career outcomes, be their Marty Ginsburg. Thank you very much.